Greetings, I'm Craig Smizer. Welcome to the November 2025 edition of How's the Market in Steiner Ranch. In October, 8 resale homes closed in Steiner Ranch, which was up 14.3% from October of 2024. The median price in October decreased 25% to $806,700. The average price of a home decreased 24% to almost $784,000. And the average price per square foot decreased 10% to over $252. So did prices really drop that much? No, they did not. While I think this month's numbers are a pretty decent representation of the market, the numbers from October 24 are what makes it look like a big drop. During that month, there were 7 sales, with 5 of them at $940,000 or higher, including 3 between $1 and $1.5 million. So let's take a look at the year-to-date stats to see if we can get a better overall view of the Steiner market. The number of resale homes sold so far in 2025 is 163, up 25% from the first 10 months of last year. The median price of a home has increased 0.3% to $840,000. The average price decreased 2.1% to almost $996,000. And the average price per square foot declined by 0.5% to over $289. With a median price around $840,000, I think that's a good measure of what we see happening in the market now, though I can tell you that prices are coming down. The number of available homes during October was 63, up 5% from last October. Usually at this time of year, we see the number of active homes decline. However, this year is different. We're sitting with the same number of homes on the market than we had in mid-August. To find in October with this many homes available, we have to go back to 2017. Now, the number of new listings put on the market was 23, up 53%. The October sales ranged from a low of $510,000 to a high of $1,135,000. The average sales price to list price ratio was 95.9%, which is the second lowest number for this stat in the 13 years I've been doing these monthly videos. Now, let me take a minute to add something here. The sales price to list price ratio compares the sales price to the asking price at the time the house went under contract. Another useful stat that I look at but I usually don't share is the original list price to sales price ratio. That compares the price of the house when it went on the market to the final sales price. So this number gives us an idea of the price reductions it took for a house to find a buyer. That ratio last month was 89.3%. That means on average, houses sold for almost 11% less than they were originally listed and required on average a 6.5% price adjustment before they got that contract. That can mean that prices are falling quickly and sellers are having to react. Now, it can also simply mean that sellers were unrealistic on their starting price. Frankly, I think it's a mix of both right now. Now, for homes that closed in October, the average days on market was 85, up from 67 last year. The number of homes that went under contract in October was 13, up 86% from last year. And there were 36 price reductions in Steiner Ranch last month, which is about 57% of the active homes. Overall, the market in Steiner Ranch is sluggish. Many buyers don't have motivation at this point. I believe the reason they don't is because of the constant drone that interest rates will be coming down. This is absolutely true for the Fed funds rate, which the Federal Reserve controls. But whether that translates into lower mortgage rates is another story, because they trend with the 10-year Treasury bond, which that market is concerned with $38 trillion in debt. So while the mortgage rates may come down with enough Fed funds rate drops, it will not be a 1-to-1 ratio. If you have any real estate related questions, please don't hesitate to call or text me at 512-650-7300 or email me at craig@realestateinAustin.com. Thanks for watching How's the Market in Steiner Ranch.